Proponents of the secretly negotiated Trans-Pacific Partnership, which lets companies force governments to get rid of their labor, environmental, and safety rules in confidential tribunals. That word, tribunals, usually means something's bad is going to happen. Just saying. But they say it's all worth it because it will deliver growth and jobs to the stagnant economies of the world. But a new working paper from Jerome Capaldo and Alex Izurita, economists from Tufts University's Global Department and Environmental Institute, and Jomo Kwame Sundaram, formerly the United Nations Assistant Secretary General for Economic Development, takes a critical, independent look at the economic modeling performed by the TPP's proponents and finds it's based on a set of nonsensical, non-standard assumptions about how economies perform. I think a lot of people sniffed the TPP out for the bullshit it was, and like most organized crime, it was conducted in a secret, dark rooms away from prying eyes and sunlight. The researchers revisited the pro-TPP research using a realistic set of modeling assumptions based on the widely accepted United Nations Global Policy Model, GPM. When they rerun the numbers on the TPP's impact on jobs, they come back with a stark finding. Developed nations that signed TPP can expect to hemorrhage jobs by the tens of thousands, and poor countries will gain few, if any, jobs from those losses. TPP would generate net losses of GDP in the United States and Japan. Economic gains would be negligible for other participating countries, less than 1% over 10 years for developed countries and less than 3% for developing ones. Those projections are similar to previous findings that the TPP gains would be small for many countries. The TPP would lead to employment losses in all countries, with a total of 771,000 lost jobs. The United States would be the hardest hit, with a loss of 448,000 jobs. Developing countries participating in the agreement would also suffer employment losses as higher competitive pressures force them to curtail labor incomes and increase production for export. The TPP would lead to higher inequality as measured by changes in the labor share of national income. The authors foresee competitive pressures on labor income combining with employment losses to push labor shares lower, redistributing income from labor income to capital gains in all countries. In the United States, this would exacerbate a multi-decade downward trend. In other words, wages go down, and capital gains on stock investments go up, siphoning increased labor production profits from the poor to the rich. Those fuckers won't be happy until the guillotine comes back into fashion. Just look up the history behind Bastille Day. The TPP would lead to losses in GDP and employment in non-TPP countries. In large part, the losses in GDP, 3.77%, and employment, 878,000 among non-TPP developed countries, would be driven by losses in Europe, while developing countries' losses in GDP, 5.24%, and employment, 4.4 million, reflect projected losses in China and India.
Now, a lot of these cultural crimes I've been complaining about can be blamed on the baby boomers. Something else I'm a little tired of hearing about. The baby boomers. Whiny, narcissistic, self-indulgent people with a simple philosophy. Give me it, it's mine! Give me that, it's mine! These people were given everything. Everything was handed to them. And they took it all. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and they stayed loaded for 20 years and had a free ride. But now they're staring down the barrel of middle-age burnout, and they don't like it. They don't like it, so they've turned self-righteous. And they want to make things hard on younger people. They tell them abstain from sex, say no to drugs. As for the rock and roll, they sold that for television commercials a long time ago. So they could buy pasta machines and Stairmasters and soybean futures. Soybean futures. You know something? They're cold, bloodless people. It's in their slogans, it's in their rhetoric. No pain, no gain. Just do it. Life is short, play hard. Shit happens, deal with it. Get a life. These people went from do your own thing to just say no. They went from love is all you need to whoever winds up with the most toys wins. And they went from cocaine to Rogaine. And you know something? They're still counting grams, only now it's fat grams. And the worst of it is the rest of us have to watch these commercials on TV for Levi's loose-fitting jeans and fat-ass Docker pants. Because these degenerate, yuppie, boomer cocksuckers couldn't keep their hands off the croissants and the Haagen-Dazs. And their big fat asses have spread all over and they have to wear fat-ass Docker pants. Fuck these boomers, fuck these yuppies. And fuck everybody, now that I think of it. Fuck everybody. Well, sometimes in comedy you have to generalize.
Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah! Can you feel that, buddy? Huh? Huh? Huh?